right, this is an Adobe Premiere Pro 2022 beginner tutorial. This tutorial also can be good for Adobe Premiere Pro 2020. So let's go ahead and get this program opened. Okay. Oop, there it is. Okay. So to open up my project, I'm going to click New Project. I'm going to name it Example Beginner Vid. Okay. Now, location is going to tell you exactly where your project is going to be saved to. So, for me, I think that's important to know. So, if you see it saving somewhere that you don't want it to save to, make sure you click on Browse and choose a new destination. As we see, my project is going to be saved to desktop. Maybe yours say desktop, but you want it to save to downloads or a specific folder. You would click on Browse. I'm going to copy my name for my project because we're going to need that name later. Click OK. All right, now what I do next is I open up a new sequence. Your sequence is going to go right here. Okay, everything that you drag and drop in or import in to work on, cut things up, is going to be inside of your timeline or your sequence. So, File, New, Sequence. Okay, so remember I copied and pasted the name of my project. I want to have the same name, all right, to make it easier to find everything. Sometimes you can open up separate sequences, or you can open up a project and then open up different sequences. So I'm going to make sure I keep it the same altogether. Example beginner vid. Okay, now right here on this side area, um, I think you should also know exactly what you're recording in. So if you maybe recorded a video on an iPhone or a tablet, go into your settings. Then you're going to go to camera, and there it's going to tell you if you were recording in 4K or maybe 720 or 1080. Whatever it says inside of your camera recording settings, you want to find it here. I typically stay under HDV right here where the mouse is, HDV, and then 1080p 24. All right. Now, I'm going to click on next. Now, if you were using a DSLR, a Canon, they have options for you to choose from also. Okay, so if you're using a DSLR Canon, go ahead to those settings. If you were using, again, a cell phone, tablet, iPad, HDV is fine. Okay. Now, as we see here, there's a change on this side. I'm going to bring in some videos and pictures. To do that, you can drag and drop. I'll show an example. So I have purple green screen, this picture here on my desktop. I'm going to just drag it inside. Okay, now it's there in Premiere Pro. So that's a very quick way. You could just drag and drop from a folder from your desktop. Or if you don't want to drag and drop, you could go to File and then click Import. Okay, import. All you would have to do is just bring in, choose a video or file that you want. Okay. Let me see if I have any videos already in my browser that I can work on. Let me go to libraries. No. Okay, so I'm going to bring in some. Oh, okay. I think I have some videos. Okay. I guess I'll use this one from now. For now, this whole side is from old projects that I worked on before. So instead of dragging and dropping a new project in, I'm just going to go to right click and then add to project. Okay, now it's inside of my current project that I'm working on. All right, so let's start at the beginning. I don't have a pencil and paper with me to remember everything I want to get to, but I'll do my best to, get all the important things, off the list that a beginner should know when it comes to Premiere. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Green screens. How to remove a green screen in Premiere Pro. It's super, super easy and simple. And it's going to be the same thing if it was a picture of you, a video of you in a green screen, or maybe an animation. You're going to go to Effects and then type in Ultra Key. Now, if you're in 2020, it's going to be the same thing. Just find your effects tab. Normally, it's up at the top where you see the mouse at. If you see two arrows, you could click on that and then find effects. If it's not at either of those spots, sometimes, if we can see my mouse here, sometimes it's on the top. You might see a search bar for effect there. Um, so Ultra Key under Video Effects, keying. You could also do it like that. Just go to Video Effects, and then you're going to find keying, and then you're going to get Ultra Key. You're going to drag and drop onto the video or picture in your sequence timeline area. Drag and drop it over top. So we see how when I'm over top of the purple picture, there's a little green outline around it. Now, if I'm not on the picture, we have that circle with the line going through it. That's not going to work. Make sure you're dragging it right over top, okay, where you see like a little plus sign. That means it's going to work. Now, on the side here under Effect Controls, I have this new section, all right? If this does not pop up after you drag and drop an effect, all you have to do is just click on your picture or video and then go to Effect Controls, the one that has that effect that you dragged and dropped on. Then this tool right here where my mouse is at, you're going to click on it until it turns blue. Then you're going to click the area that you want to remove the green from. Click. So now it's green. So it knew, all right, this is the color, so remove it. Now it's completely gone. Now you might be saying, well, now it's a black background there. All you have to do is just move the picture or video that you remove the green screen from. You're going to bring it up to a different line. So right here, it's on V2. Okay, it's on track V2. I'm going to move it up to V3. Okay, track V3. So on V2, I can put another picture or video there. Okay, and replace that background. So I'm going to grab a picture. Let me go to my libraries. This pink background is fine. Add to project. Drag and drop. Boom, there we go. So I think that looks super awesome. And again, it doesn't have to be just pictures. You can do this with videos or picture and a video. But if you want to see something behind, as the background that you just replaced, you have to make sure that you move that picture or video up a track and have something underneath of it so we can see behind it, okay? Because let me reverse it. Here's my picture I removed the background from, and then here's that pink. Okay, I can't see that background that has that I removed the green from. So again, you want to make sure it's opposite, okay? You want to put the picture with no background above your new background, okay? So very easy, very simple. That's how we get rid of our green screens, okay? Next, I want to show how to cut or trim down also parts of videos. And it's the same for pictures also. Now, if we look at my mouse at the bottom, I see these two circles, 1 and 2. If I pull this out, it's showing me a very, very small size, okay, of my picture. Now, if I bring them closer together, I'm able to zoom it in or stretch it out, okay, so I can see more of what's going on there, okay. So I'm going to click this tool, razor tool, click, and now I'm able to cut, okay, part of the media. So I just cut on the first layer or first track. I'm going to do the same thing to the second track. So now, okay, I have multiples, all right? So that's how we can do. Now if we want to remove part of this, razor tool, okay, I'm going to bring my toggle or playhead up some, and then razor, get my selection tool, okay, and delete. So now that whole part is gone. Now I could put something else there, maybe in the middle. So for example, and I'm going to use this to show how to trim also. So for example, I could keep that there, and then put this in the middle, razor tool. I'm going to cut, delete all of that back there, drag it down, okay, and now that's in the middle. Okay, now let's say for instance if we wanted a background still behind something, all you have to do, hover over the end and then stretch it out. So before the background was black behind the video with the green screen. Let's take a play. Now it's pink, okay? Now, if you want to make it shorter and not use the razor tool, you're going to hover over the end once again and then drag it forward, okay? Drag it up towards the beginning to make it shorter, okay? Opposite way to make it longer, all right? I'm going to make it shorter again, okay? So that's how we do the trim tool, the razor tool, remove green screens. To bring in music in Premiere is going to be the same again if you're in 2022, 2020. To bring in music, all you have to do is grab your file. It has to be an MP3 file. I think a WAV file is also okay, but I always do MP3 files. So let me find an MP3 file and then I'm going to drag and drop it in. .mp3. Here is, okay. So I have my .mp3. I'm going to drag and drop, release. Okay. So there's my audio file. You know that you have audio anytime you see these lines there, okay? Drag and drop. I'm going to put it on the audio. A1, all of where A1 is, it's in blue. This is your audio layer, okay? Videos and pictures is going to go where the V tracks are. So my audio is on track 1. I know that because it says A1, okay? Now, all right, so my audio is working. I'm not sure if you all can hear that, but you know your audio is working and sound is detectable if you see colors, green going up and down. Sometimes it's red if it's too loud, but see, okay. Now, if you ever need to adjust your audio, you're going to Again, these circle lines is going to stretch things out, help you see exactly what's going on more. I'm going to bring these two circles together so I can see more. Okay. Now, because I did that, I see this white line right here. Now, if your audio is ever too loud, maybe too low, this white line can help you to lower or bring up the audio. I recommend to do the simple parametric equalizer because sometimes moving that line, it can help sometimes, but sometimes it does weird things when you're listening to your video in headphones or when I listen to it in headphones. So I'm going to go to effects. I'm going to type in simple and then simple parametric equalizer. I'm going to drag this over top of my audio. Okay. Now, here's a good example. I mentioned earlier that sometimes when you drag and drop your effects, it doesn't always pop up with the new tab on the side. So now I'm going to go to effect controls. Okay. Now I see the effect I have dragged and dropped, simple parametric EQ. Boost is going to let you boost your audio up, bring the audio up, or bring it down. To bring it down, you want to go into the negatives, okay? So, if you ever need to adjust audio, simple parametric equalizer, or again, you want to stretch it out with the circle dots and then move the line. Now, let's say you have audio that is very, very staticky. You don't want to redo it, maybe, but maybe not static, but there's just a lot of like fuzzy noise happening. Or maybe just stuff going on in the background a little bit that you want to get rid of. You're going to click in your effects and search denoise. All right, denoise. Then you're going to drag and drop. All right. The next thing you're going to do is click on edit. It's automatically set on default. Let's say that you don't really notice a difference with it removing that, fuzzy noise. Click default and then do heavy noise reduction. That's going to bump it up a little bit more. So default, our number, it's below 50. Heavy noise reduction is going to take that effect up more. If that's still not quite doing what you needed to do all the way, just go ahead and drag that circle up some more. Okay, so that way the effect is a little heavier. Okay, so I'm going to click on the X button. All right, so we got our audio. And the audio, if you ever need to cut it down too, again, you just hover over it, bring it up. Or if you need to extend the audio some more, just bring it back, okay? Or again, you could also razor tool your audio, delete, and then undo, okay? So next thing what I want to show how to do is how to bring in your text and how to make things move. All right, so how to put some motion onto your images and text. And then that's going to conclude this beginner tutorial. All right, so to put text onto your video, you want to click on the T tool. All right, click, and then you're going to click onto your video. I'm going to do hello, smiley face. Now, when you type on your screen, you're going to see text, all right, on the side, right here where the mouse is. That's going to pop up. If it does not pop up, I'm going to click my selection arrow and scroll up. Now I see where my text is. I know it's my text because it says hello. That's what I typed on the screen. I'm going to drag this up some and then trim it down because that's way too long, as we see here. So I'm going to bring that up. Now it's even. Um, so kind of forgot what I was showing, but that's okay. Um, so I'm going to make this text bigger. To make it bigger, if you hover over one of the circle ends, you can make it bigger or you can make it smaller. Okay. Now, if that doesn't quite work, you could also just go to scale. I'm going to click this arrow right here, and then I'm going to find scale. It's at 154 right now. I'm going to click on it and bring it to 100. Now it's smaller. I'm going to bring it to 400. Okay. You could also just hover over it till you see two arrows and just slide it down that way instead of typing 2. Okay. Um, oh, I remember now. So if you don't see your text pop up on the side, when you click on your text, it'll bring it up also. But you want to make sure you click that arrow, okay, so you can see all these details here. You can also change your font by clicking on the arrow. You'll see exactly what font you have. Then just click the arrow, and then you can just click, and now I have a new style of font. I can make it bold. All right, I can italicize it. I can make it all capital. That comes in handy for me sometimes when I'm putting text on the screen and I wanted to like make it seem like maybe I was shouting or emphasize something, but I don't want to go back and retype everything. The two T's is going to put all your text in caps. If you want to undo it, just click again on the two T's. Now the one beside it, it kind of has it's all capital, but the first letter it's a little bit more bold and bigger. Okay, so you can play around, see what you like, what you don't like, and then again, if you ever need to undo anything, just click it one more time. So I want to undo that underline, undo that, undo, undo. Okay. To change your text color, fill, of course, click on it and then choose a new color. This slider on the side is also pretty handy. Okay, I'm going to leave mine at green, and then you can do OK. Now, if you want to kind of make it like a rainbow effect, you're going to click at the top where it says solid, and then do linear gradient or radial gradient. I'm going to do linear. It's going to go straight down a line as opposed to kind of like circle. So I'm going to do red, bright red maybe. And then my third color, let's see. Oh, I thought I could do a third color. I guess not. Um, for my third color, I think I want to, or sorry, second color, maybe I'll do, I kind of like that. So, again, click OK to save your changes. All right, to make it bigger, we remember how to do that. So I think that looks pretty cool. Say for instance, if your background is kind of blending in with your video, maybe you're making like a YouTube video, um, and it's blending in with all the other colors in your background. You can put a background on your own text, all right, and change the background color also. You can do that. Okay, so I'm going to click OK, and you can change the excuse me, you can change the transparency, so you can make it with no background or turn it all the way up so you can see it a little bit more too. Um, underneath of the transparency or the opacity button, sorry, you can also make the background thicker as well. Okay, in case you need more area around your text, you can also do that. Now, maybe if you don't really like the sharp, square look, you can curve the corners too. Okay. All right. Shadow, of course, it's just going to give it um, a shadow. So you can play around with that also if you like that. Stroke is going to give it like an outline. All right. So I'm going to turn this up. Right now it's on 1. I can't really see the stroke. I want it to really be outlined. So I'm going to just hover and bring that up some. Okay. I actually think that looks a lot better with that outline on it. And same thing, if you click in the color box, you can change the color of the outline too. Okay. All right. I'm going to put it back to white. Okay. Now, let's take a look at how to animate our text. And it's going to be the same for pictures too, the tools you want to try to find. So, to animate, whoa, excuse me. So, to animate your text, position, the first one, that's going to bring it over. The second one is going to bring it up or down. Okay. Scale, we already looked at that, how you can make it bigger or smaller. But let's say you wanted to like literally move across the screen. Let's move our playhead to where we wanted to start moving it. Because if we start right here where the blue line is or playhead is, it's going to play a little bit first, then move. I wanted to start moving right away as soon as it appears on the screen. So I'm taking my playhead back, clicking, making sure that hello is selected. I'm going to position. I'm going to put my timer. And again, circles to stretch things out and see it more. I have my timer. I'm going to move this by dragging it over. Okay. I'm not clicking on the screen. I'm just inside of the numbers, okay, where the 2 arrows are. That's what I'm doing. Just moving it over. I'm going to move it down. Okay. Now I want to make sure it moves. So I need to click this little diamond again. All right. Oh, wait, no, I don't need to do that again. I just messed that part up. So I need to move my playhead up some first and then make sure that I click my button, okay, my diamond. Click. Okay. So 1 and 2. So it should move now. I'm going to put it back and play. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Wait a minute. Let me go back. If I click, okay. Here's where it should start. It's probably the same numbers that I have. Yeah, same number. So 1031, 88.2. So what I'm going to do is click, and I'm actually kind of glad that that happened because it's a mistake like that a lot of people might find, or it actually happens to me often. So I need to make sure that the numbers are different so it moves once again. So I'm going to bring this back over, and I'm just adjusting um, where it's starting at. Okay, so my start is different than where it's ending. So here's where it ends. That's where it's going to start. Now let's play and see it again. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that's what happened. The numbers were the same. And play. Okay. So I think that looks good. Now let's make our little character also move. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double click, move that some. I need to find exactly what layer my picture's on. Okay. And then I'm going to move my hello back. Uh-oh. Move that back up. All right. So here's where my character is, the purple green screen. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring this up so that way there's not any confusion. I get confused a lot. So motion is where I want to click the arrow at. So arrow click. And again, scale, that's going to make things bigger or smaller. Okay. I'm I actually wanted to zoom up like that. So I'm going to again make sure that I have my playhead at the very beginning, and then I'm going to click scale. Okay, that's where it's going to start at. I'm going to bring this up some, um, and then make it bigger. Okay, so if I bring my playhead back, I can see it move. Okay, and because I moved my text, it's now going down pretty far. I'm going to go back, go to my points, and then I'm going to bring it up. Okay. All right. So play, and then it's going to come back up. Alrighty. So that's the text. Actually, the hello is kind of bothering me. So I want to redo that. Um, bring that down, and then I'm going to delete my point. So maybe it's that one. And I just clicked on it and then click delete. So play. Now it's not bothering me anymore. I didn't like that it was going off screen. All right. And then the same thing if I want the character to move sideways, I just would click on the toggle or what looks like a timer to me, and then bring it up or down to where I want to position it at. The same way I did it for the hello. Okay. All right, so that concludes this beginner tutorial with Premiere Pro. Um, I think that that's all of the I think that's it. I think that's good. So as long as you know like how to work those features, editing anything else, whether it's like a 20-minute long video, um, you should know like how to, just jazz it up a little bit. Now, if you're wanting to do a little bit more, like put some effects on to your video, transitions, all that, again, is going to be under effects, video effects. They have some cool stuff there that you can take a look at. Maybe if you wanted to transition, you have to have a split there. Or if you don't have a split or multiple clips, you're going to put that at the beginning or the end of your clips. So let's take a look at that before this video ends. I'll do slide, okay, and then push. I'm going to drag and drop it to the beginning, play. Okay, so that's the transition. Um, drag and drop. Okay. Now, if the transition is lasting for too long, again, you always hover, okay, to where you can see that red line. And then you bring it up to make it shorter so it doesn't take so long to transition. Very quick. All right. And then again, you can put transitions. I'm going to do zoom, cross zoom, and put it right there. Okay, play. Okay, now again, if it's taking too long to transition, you click, hover over it, bring it up to make it shorter. Transition for a shorter amount of time. Play. Whoa, very quick. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was very useful. And yeah, thank you so much.